Crime Syndicate issue 6 sees Atomica riding Johnny Quick's coffin down towards Metropolis, backed up by Owlman as she remembers kicking the Legion of Justice's asses, but thanks to the LexCorp ships around them, it looks like Lex got most of his people to safety from the satellite. She knows this isn't her story, however, it's the Kryptonian family feud happening down below them in Metropolis, where Ultra Girl battles Ultraman, telling her cousin that he's crashing from his kryptonite high, and his body is betraying him and she will take him down for good. Ultraman demands to know where Ultra Girl has been this entire time since he's been alone, blasting her into the Daily Planet and toppling the building. Atomica asks if it looks like Ultraman is losing, but Owlman knows everyone dies eventually. In the Atlantic Ocean, Emerald Knight has been captured by both Superwoman and Sinestro, knowing that he won't listen to Donna's desperate attempts to try and turn him, saying that he joined the Legion of Justice because he's a damn hero. Sinestro agrees, and in his heart, John knows what's right. Power Ring continues to berate John, saying that he needs to protect the planet, and that means siding with the most powerful people on it, not the Legion. John says he knows his own mind and that Donna is his prisoner, but Donna calls both the men idiots, since they didn't crash on this beach by accident. She controlled their descent, landing them on Demon's Island, where the Amazonians confront the heroes. Donna tells her people to hold, since killing Emerald Knight risks the wrath of the Owens, but Sinestro is fair game. She frees herself from his bonds as Sinestro powers up his ring, telling her that she can't turn John since he stands with him and with justice. She says that John is a warrior like her and he needs to embrace that warrior spirit of his with her, and they can keep the world safe for his daughter Liza. John is enraged by hearing her name, blasting the warriors back as he demands they not say her name. Ultra Girl meanwhile says that when she came to Earth, all she wanted was a piece of their planet, and there Ultraman was, but then she saw all the horrible things he had done, and it was like watching Krypton die all over again. She beats Ultraman down, but Alexander tells her to get away since he will never listen. Kara says that she's taking the House of El Crest back since he hasn't earned it yet. She calls Cal an embarrassment and she is the savior the world needs. Ultraman grabs her hands, saying that they don't need to battle this out and maybe she will beat him, but Owlman and Superwoman will tear Luthor apart just to watch her hurt. He doesn't want to see that happen and he can protect her if she joins him. Kara says she doesn't need his protection as Atomica wonders if they should do something, jumping down to intervene as Owlman knows they need Superwoman and Emerald Knight there now. On Demon's Island, Sinestro and Emerald Knight battle one another as the ring takes over John. Sinestro tells Superwoman to use the lasso to get the ring off his finger, and she loops it around his finger, pulling it and ripping it clean off his hand as she throws it far away into the ocean. John is reverted back to his normal police officer self as Sinestro chains up Superwoman, who says that Sinestro was once the ring's puppet and they know better since he killed the Amazonians there in front of him, and that's conviction. Sinestro silences her as he tells John not to listen to her since he's a victim of the ring and he shouldn't have allowed him to keep it, but they are going to put him on the road to recovery. John thanks him, stretching out his hand as the ring shoots right back through Sinestro's chest, killing him as he creates a finger construct and returns to John. As Sinestro dies, he weakly says that John was meant to change the world, and John promises him he will, as Ultraman is attacked by Alexander, who is easily thrown off the Kryptonian by a simple blow. Ultraman tells Kara that he doesn't understand since he's trying to save her. Kara punches him in the face since she understands perfectly, but she would rather die than join him. Ultra Girl is suddenly restrained by Emerald Knight and Superwoman as Owlman tells Ultraman to finally kill her. Ultra Girl manages to pull on Superwoman and Emerald Knight's restraints, knowing if Ultraman can't beat her then neither can they. Ultraman knows that they don't stand a chance against a Kryptonian as Kara tells Alexander that she can take care of herself. Suddenly, her nose begins to bleed as Ultra Girl falls over dead thanks to Atomica infiltrating her brain and giving her an aneurysm. Alexander knows that she can't die since they needed her. Atomica secretly leaves Kara's ear as Clark says that Kara's death is on Luthor, speeding off with her body. A week later, Liza is met by her father John, who knows that he's in control of the ring now and can protect her and they can be together, but Liza doesn't want anything to do with him while he still wears it. In Metropolis, Cat Grant knows that they must resist and forge new alliances as Harley Quinn and Ivy visit Joker, and Alfred tells Thomas that the Talons are ready for their next command. Owlman says that their sights are set on bigger things now, since the world doesn't matter and with the Syndicate there are no limits and the Talons cannot deliver what he craves now. Despero meanwhile becomes a new Yellow Lantern as the Guardians see Emerald Knight unleash his power on the Demon's Island on Earth. Ultraman leaves Ultra Girl's body in their satellite as he joins Superwoman, saying that while they have had their differences, Clark can trust her, and Ultraman believes her. Later on, Owlman continues beating Superwoman at chess as Atomica says that she didn't know where else to bring Johnny, but she guesses it doesn't matter now since he's finally free, but still, if he's going to find peace, she thought it would be at the fountain where they first saw the spark in his eyes. Later on, the Crime Syndicate addressed the world's metahumans, saying that Alexander Luthor was a dumbass and he promised them that they could join him and make the world a better place. But now all the metahumans are going to work for them, and if they don't, they will be crushed. Clark reassures that their rule will be benevolent, as Emerald Knight takes down LexCorp's satellite. Later on, the Crime Syndicate get together, with Ultraman saying that it's not over between him and Atomica since no one can kill a Kryptonian except for him. She asks why Emerald Knight is there since he murdered Johnny, but Superwoman knows he's useful. Emerald Knight says that they don't need to worry about him since Ultraman is the one who's addicted to kryptonite and his withdrawals almost got them all killed. He says that Owlman still has files on all of them and he's the real threat though. Down in Gotham, a man reads a paper about the giant starfish aliens and now the metahuman freaks running the show, knowing everything is different now as Ultraman's heat vision burns the paper away. Later on, Atomica says that Luthor should know that she has spent most of her adult life doling out pain, but that doesn't mean she hasn't known pleasures. She remembers meeting Johnny Quick for the first time, partying with him and inflicting pain on other people there. She knows that Johnny had no empathy, but she does, and she enjoys what she does thanks to being able to empathize. The two villains raid Choi Technologies, where they were developing something that had the potential to enhance one's true self. She remembers Johnny saying that powers were the ultimate high and insisted that she get some of her own, so she took some of the serums Choi Technologies were developing, drinking the green formula that only worked on a small amount of people who tried it, making her wonder what if it changed everything. The formula allowed her to shrink and grow in size, with Johnny telling her that it wasn't about the extent of her powers, but how creatively she could use them. She knows that they were going to burn the city together and die together. In the present, Atomica finishes her story, saying that Luthor tore her heart out when he took Johnny from her. Luthor meanwhile has been restrained on a bed as the small Atomica says that she thought that she would never experience those pleasures again, but this isn't what Johnny would want. She knows now that Ultraman is done breaking Luthor's bones, she'll have a few new pleasures with him as she dives into his nose, knowing that she'll honor Johnny as Luthor will live out his last few natural days of his life as her plaything, and they are going to have so much fun together.